The mural. It is, in point of fact, 60 years worth of my history in Sheffield. It is a love affair to Sheffield. Sheffield, of course, known for steel, but at the same time I just like to say that if you look at the top, that's a Stone Age fort at Carl Walk. So we have history long before the outbreak of the Second World War. Here we have, in that period, and you will see the date line running around the side with headlines from our local paper, you will see a typical Sheffield working steelworks. Take the roof off and you can see everything happening in there. So here we are in this very noisy city. A city can be seen, can also be heard as well. Bang, 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 bang. That is the music of Sheffield. As we come along the painting, we can see items like the ration book and, of course, Henderson's Relish, redolent of Sheffield life. All of a sudden, we are not just a city of work. We are a city of enjoyment as well. And in the great piece here, there is a fairground being set up, as it was just below the great Victoria Hotel. These things are well known in Sheffield. So down at the bottom, bounded by the city's colours of blue and green, we have more testaments to the city itself. Taylor's eyewitness works. We have the fact that it is a city of culture at the same time. The Messiah is being sung in the city hall. So we have the enjoyment of the fairground and its music. Then we have the serious side of the Messiah and stuff like that. But already things are beginning to change. Slowly but surely, the old houses in Sheffield are demolished. And what do we have towards the end of the war now? Because here we are getting towards the end of the war. We have council housing. People are moving away from the city centre into the council housing. See these lovely half cement buildings here. And we have parks where people are playing, bowls, things like that. Things are on the up. There's no question about it. We're in the 50s now. This snaky curl of buses, obviously on the way to Skegness, on the way to Cleethorpes, on the way for just a few hours away at Blackpool or something like that. So all of a sudden things are getting better and things are getting brighter. However, think not that you can get away without the fact that every so often we get a bit bolshy in Sheffield. There's no question about that. The trade union movement is very strong, and so we have parades coming down, and the parades walk past all the allotments where people are having leisure time. And if you read coal, not dough, save our school, pensions before profits, keep steel alive, we have an active political base in Sheffield which is not shy about getting up into the streets and showing itself. But the streets also are a playground, as you can see here, for a marathon being run through the city and stuff like that. The police guiding them along in his ceremonial uniform on a horse. Weddings happening in the new centre of Sheffield with fountains as a background, and a brand new thing called the flats. Great flats coming up in Sheffield, brilliantly modern housing, etc. People hanging there, can see bits of washing hanging over the side. People at home. But of all things, as we move on now, we have the great battleground in Sheffield. Sheffield Wednesday and, of course, Sheffield United. It's just the raison d'etre for people sometimes getting up in the morning, whether you're red or whether you're blue. That defines you in the city. We are now away from the 40s, away from the 50s. We are at the turn of the century, and this is to be celebrated by the Hallelujah Chorus, as you can see up here, and a party in the street. People dancing, people jiving, here's a tug of war going off and stuff like that. Some courting, serious courting I might add. The Union Hotel, my drinking hole at Nether Edge, is proudly presented here. And as you can see, here now, as we advance through the new century, you can see a great piazza being formed in the Italian style. People are spending more time outside. They're actually enjoying outside living. This is almost like Italy. No, it isn't. It's Sheffield. And of course, some of the older institutions like the Lyceum. I have to be honest with you. The first time in my life, last year, I went to the ballet at the Lyceum. Centre of culture here. You can see a lady singing her heart out on there in that beam of light. But also, if you look here, people are just not going about their business. They're laying about, they're sat about. They are having this thing called leisure time. And it's reflected in the products that we invite you to have. We have Red Tape Studios coming along here instead of the Steelworks. Radio Sheffield is on the go now. So things are slowly but surely, not improving exactly, but getting greener. As you can see by the end of the mural, this great amphitheatre here where people are enjoying themselves, where people are running, marathons are being run, great jumps are being done, all done at the side of the garden inside interior, opened by the Queen. And we're getting now very closely, if you follow the pieces along the bottom, Sheffield City Council, the Queen has opened the gardens. We're now beginning to advertise comedy clubs and home brew. We actually brew this beer in Sheffield, a city of steel. No, it isn't. It is a city with an airport. It is a city with a mosque. We're an interracial community here now. Up alongside, there are these little comments all the way, Sheffield's hospital and Western Park Cancer. We are specialists there. I actually, on these, I think, spoke to Sir Hugh Sykes and asked him what Sheffield will be in the future. Now we have an airport. And he said, and I put it here, Sheffield will be the centre of medical excellence. And let me tell you, it is. It is the excellence of people who have worked through dark days of 1940 up to the present day in the new century. As you can see, the painting gets lighter as we get to where we are at the present time. And I think that's a lovely accolade for where we are at the present time.